not going to take care of you. You want me to take care? Don't let that be your criteria. That's the first part. Second part, وَمَنْ تَزَوَّجَهَا لِجَمَالِهَا. This is the part that I said in the first one. It says, the first hadith said that one should be able, the husband looks at his wife, he should be able to find her attractive. And when she looks at him, also, she should find him attractive. Of course, by the way, there's two aspects of it. There's natural beauty, all right, that this hadith is kind of talking about, and I'll explain a little bit about that. Then, there's what we do, all right, in the house. Keeping ourselves kept, all right. It shouldn't be that, I don't know how comfortable I'm going to feel to say these things, but it shouldn't be like, the brother or the sister in the house is looking a lot less attractive than when they are outside. That's a shame, isn't it? Who are you trying to attract after marriage? Brothers, when you go out, nice, make sure hair is combed, cologne or deodorant or whatever it is, nice pants, nice t-shirt or shirt, whatever it is. You go out nice, okay, you look good, you're attractive. In the house, raggedy clothes, it doesn't really matter. Okay, no deodorant, no. That's not right. That's wrong. You know how many hadith we have about the Ahlul Bayt themselves? Like there's, Sheikh Osama likes to call these scary hadith. They are really scary hadith sometimes. I can't even mention some of them, alright? You can ask him if you want. But anyway, okay, about how people should dress in the house. How the Ahlul Bayt used to dress in the house for their wives. You should look good. You should look good in the house. Not that when you come in the house, alright, there goes good clothes, all the, stained clothes are on now. For the sisters as well. Some sisters, wear makeup outside. Well, that's not allowed according to Ayatollah. May Allah bless his soul, Sayyid Fadlullah. He said a little bit of it is okay, but anything more than that is not allowed, even based on his fatwa. The rest of them say it's not allowed at all outside for men to see. But inside the house, it's actually recommended. It's mustahab. We see people doing it the other way around. Or nice scarves, nice clothes outside, inside the house. It's not really, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. And especially, these are general principles I'm mentioning. A lot of the people, I don't know when this is going to come for you, but especially when people start having children. Okay, you start getting tired. You don't have much time. You shouldn't neglect this factor. You should not neglect this factor. So that's about how we make ourselves look. Okay. Everybody can make themselves look better, or they can just leave it and not worry about it and look bad. But about the natural beauty, this hadith says the following: "Man tazawwajaha lijamaliha." If your criterion is her beauty, that's the most important thing. I know some people that are so extremely picky. All right, so picky. She's got to, be this thin. I don't want to go and get any more precise about measurements and stuff. All right, that's how she's got to be. Okay. The hadith says, if you marry her and that is your criterion, ra'a fiha ma yakrahu, ma yakrah. After marriage, you're going to start seeing things that you dislike about her. That's what's going to happen to you. All right. If we want to give the worst examples, I don't want to mention names, but some of these, beauty stars or whatever. Okay. How long do they live with someone? Okay. How long does a man consider them attractive? They want them for their beauty, right? How long does that go? Doesn't go for very long. If the criterion, the reason why, and I'm not saying let's look for ugly people, all right, for your spouse, but if this is your criterion, that's the most important thing, after marriage you're going to start seeing things that you dislike. And your eyes are looking for that form of beauty, you're going to start seeing it outside. Right? And that's going to create a lot of problems for marriage. Divorce, God forbid. So that's the second one. Then the last one that the Imam says, the first principle, the criterion that says, we said, وَمَنْ تَزَوَّجَهَا لِدِينِهَا. If somebody is looking for the religiosity, how religious is he or she? And I'll talk a little bit about what does being religious mean, because obviously we haven't reached the isma. Okay. Speaking for myself here, I'm not ma'soom, I don't claim to be. Okay, what does that mean? So he says, Man tazawwajaha lidinaha, if a guy is looking for the religiosity of his spouse, jama'allahu lahu. I think jama'allahu lahu, yes, I missed that one word. Jama'allahu lahu dhalik. Allah is going to bring both of those that were mentioned before to this marriage. Allah is going to bring wealth, and Allah is going to bring beauty. You're going to start seeing the beauty that your wife or your husband has. Reminded me of an interesting and in a way funny story. I don't know how many of you have heard of a man by the name of Chamran, Dr. Chamran, who became a shaheed, a martyr in the war that Iran was facing. He was a very spiritual man. He was actually top-notch in I don't know what university out here in the States, and he was in NASA as well. He left all of that. He went to Lebanon to help with the civil war that they were facing before the revolution. And he trained in guerrilla war. After the revolution, he came to Iran. He was one of the first to go to the battlefields, and he became shaheed one of those first years of the war. A very spiritual man, a very spiritual man. Now, he got married in Lebanon to a Lebanese sister. I don't know if you've seen the picture. Well, some of you have, some of you haven't. He was bald. All right, he was bald. He had lost his hair up here. There was an interview of this sister. I saw this myself. The sister was explaining. She said a few months after her marriage, somebody was, came and told her, "How did you get married to this guy who's bald?" She said, "He's not bald." He said, "No, he's bald." "No, he's not. He's bald." "No, he's not. He's bald." "No, he's not." "Go and check." She says, "I went and checked and I saw, no, he's actually bald. I didn't realize this guy's bald." Okay. That's how attracted I was to this guy. Beauty, okay, the attraction is something that in a way is controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some people can see beauty that others cannot. The natural beauty that we find sexually attractive at the beginning, that doesn't stay for too long. Trust me. Ask anyone that's been married. That does not stay for too long. But the real beauty remains. Okay? And that's something to work for. Now, let's understand this a little bit. First of all, what does religiosity mean? What do we need to have in order to be considered religious? We know religion is composed of two main elements. One is belief, the other is practice. Belief is something internal we cannot really tell, but practice is something that we can see. And that's the reflection of belief. If one does not have belief, they're not going to have continuous, firm practice of the religion. And if they do have continuous, firm practice of the religion, then you can say, okay, this guy has got firm belief. All right? Religiosity, brothers and sisters, is this. We need to research enough to find out that this person is genuinely trying their best to put religion into practice. That if they are that, if they're trying to do that, you can live with that person. I guarantee you. If you are trying to do the same, of course. If you're not looking for that, then yeah, you're going to face problems. But if you are trying to live a life that Allah is the one that tells you what to do and what not to do, and wherever else we can compromise, whatever else we can compromise, if that's what you're trying to do, you can live with a sister like that. A sister that is like that can live with a brother that is like that. You can always get along. Guarantee. No matter what, even if there is no such a called, so-called compatibility that people say, oh, I don't know what even people discuss as compatibility. Because as I said last night, sometimes I hear of and I know of people engaging in conversations upon conversations about knowing the person for so long, and they still can't come to a conclusion. And then something stupid happens. She says something or he says something, and they say, that's it, we can't get along. And when they tell me about what happened, what she said or what he said, I'm like, that's ridiculous. If that's the reason you guys broke up, you're not getting married, that's ridiculous. Even if you don't really know of, this compatibility issue, I guarantee you this is going to work. And if you don't have it, it is not going to work. Now, this does not mean you're going to find someone that is going to be perfect. They practice everything. They don't have any mistakes. They may have some misunderstandings about religion. Okay. For example, they may not have understood. There's a lot of debate. There's a lot of different views when it comes to, for example, hijab and makeup and all of that stuff. Okay. Maybe she has, with all the things that she has heard, she's understood it this way. Or this guy is, listening to some form of music or something, but that's, I do research and I realize that's not because he is not religious, but there's a misunderstanding here about that. That can be worked with. It can be. So the important thing is that the person feels that the principles in life should be the principles of Islam. Why is that? Why is this so important? Why is it that I say, as I said, no, we can't get any more knowledgeable than the divine and the Ahlul Bayt. These are the principles that are mentioned. I haven't seen anywhere where it says that, you got to talk to them about what colors you like. You got to talk to them about where you want to live, about what form of, house you want to have, about how far your education is going to go. You don't find that in the hadith. Talk about that. All that can be agreed upon. People can compromise on that. But you need to have, in order to have two people or more to be together, you need to have something that unites them. We need to understand what this concept of what is going to bring us together. What is going to unite us? If we put the divine principles as what is going to bring us together, we will never have a serious conflict. I'm not saying you're not going to argue, that's natural, but you're not going to have a